run the world. Urban Keith 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 run the world.
What comes around, goes around, and comes back around full circle.
Then you messed up.
What I
There never be a fool in
I went to this. It's all good. What's up, y'all?
What's up? We back at it.
Back like we never left, man. Full Circle Podcast.
It's been a while.
Bruh,
How long has it been? Like,
Bruh, I was checking the YouTube joint, 112 days.
that's a minute. Like
Like,
somebody really texted me, and there's somebody that doesn't usually text me,
You know,
like message
I
me.
could.
They said, hey, I got a question. I said, well, I'm thinking they better ask for like some help or something. They're like, why'd you guys stop making a podcast episode? I'm like, if they asked me today, I'm like, bro, it's crazy. We're about to shoot one today.
even
They said,
Malika would
do
ask me
not
last
stop.
week.
Keep doing things for God, bro. Keep being a servant.
Bruh, yeah. We had to lock in, bruh. It's about that time. Like, we had to spend back on it, be consistent with what we said we're going to do. And so,
Yeah.
welcome to the Full Circle Podcast. If you're a returning listener, y'all know what the deal is. If you're new,
Sorry, I get so giddy. Like, people don't know that I got this side of me that's like,
so anyway, today we're talking about.
no fight. Oh my goodness. What we talking about, dude?
So it's funny because this is actually not funny. I've actually been going through. This is not funny, no. Stop laughing. It's not funny. I actually, bro, I had a crazy semester, bro. Like,
Only you.
only me. In my third year of college, and starting to college, bro, and it's just like, the one thing about life is you want to make sure that you got people in your corner. Like, you want to make sure that, you got, there's a verse in Psalm that says, unfailing love surrounds those who trust in the Lord. And I always felt like no matter, like, what I was going through, like, I really was like, I was getting, like, Mike Tyson, like, Floyd Mayweather, like, just helpless. You know what I'm saying? But I always had the courage to reach out to mentors and youth pastors back at home in South Carolina. And I was talking to one of my mentors. Shout out Joshua Tomford.
Shout out Josh.
That's my guy. And I was telling him, just what I was going through. And I was like, I said something. And then what I said triggered the response they gave me towards what we're going to talk about today. I was just telling them, like, bro, like, I feel like yada, 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 yada. Like, the devil always finds a way, yada, yada. Like, I feel like the devil is always finessing me. He's like, whoa, slow down. How about this for thought? What if the devil doesn't even know who you are? Like, I feel like a lot of people give, like, Satan too much credit. Like, because they feel like just because he is the opposing force, that everything associated with the opposing force is associated with him. And he told me to read James. I don't know how I always get back to James. Like,
Yeah,
when I die, meet James himself. I'll tell him. I'm the biggest advocate for the book of James. And I feel like the book of James is just so complete. Like, it has everything that you need. Like, if you only one book in your type of Christian walk, just read James and you'll be okay. Tell me to read a verse in James chapter 1. I'm going to start from verse 12. It says, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. When tempted, nobody should say, God is tempting me. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. And he said, emphasis on their own. And I was like, dang, like, a lot of people really think, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, unless you really up there and really on the devil's radar, like, he's not worried about you. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, the devil has been studying human beings since the beginning of time, over 2,000 years. Like, he he doesn't need to impose himself on you for you to do stuff that's not God's will. Like, you're gonna do that by yourself. It says, like, each person is dragged away by their own desires. When they're enticed, they're dragged away. Like, there's things that, like, that you want, the things that you lust after, the things that you desire. Like, we've been doing a whole study at my church. Shout out My World Church. Shout out Pastor Vic, PV to go. About, like, just the soul and lust. Like, lust isn't only sexual. Lust is just innate. It's just the desire to do something, and it usually is sinful, because when we want to do things, we want to do things on our own agenda, and when we want to do things on our own agenda, it usually counteracts God's will.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to do what you want to do, and nobody gonna stop you. Nobody gonna tell you nothing, because that's what I want to do. And that's when we get into that space where it's like, you find yourself sinning. It's not the devil, it's you. You know what I'm saying? It's not Satan putting little breadcrumbs. Like, the devil does study your habits. You're not the only one that learns from your mistakes. The devil learns from your mistakes too. Like, he sees your tendencies. He sees what you go after. He sees what pulls you. Like, he sees the time of day that you're more susceptible to sin. And he will use that, but he doesn't need to all the time. So I feel like it just has to be, a certain understanding that comes around that, like, okay, like, not everything that I do wrong is because of Satan and or demonic forces. Like, a lot of the stuff that people be doing, especially in college, like, it's really just them. Like, it's really just me. Like, when I was doing whatever I was doing, like, I was telling my mentor, like, bro, like, it's hard. Like, I feel like, everything's always like, yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, you're looking outward. You're looking external. You need to look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You need to just look at yourself.
You need to do some soul searching.
Yeah, soul searching, some introspection. Like, a lot of the stuff that you're putting the blame on the devil for is really, it's a self problem. Like, it's an innate desire to do whatever you want to do because you're impatient, because, you're arrogant, because, you're just doing a lot of things because you're arguing with God like a little kid. You know when a kid throws a tantrum and then it's like, go to your room. I'm like, no, I'm like, this is just like a kid, like just opposing the will of the parent. And they just start crying. And he started talking about something called self-soothing. Like, whenever we all have children, our kids are going to do this thing called self-soothing.
What's self-soothing?
Self-soothing is developing a tactic or developing a method that allows your body to experience something similar to an experience that they're being deprived from. Like, PV gave an example when he was teaching Joel how to stop using the pacifier. He would take the pacifier out, but he would self-soothe by putting his finger in his mouth. So I feel like a lot of times as Christians, we self-soothe because we're not getting the authentic feeling that we aspire for from God, so we're trying to replace it with something else. Like, when we talk about, putting things on a Venn diagram, like, lust is the opposite of love. All the things that the word gives but are kind of pseudo answers for what the Bible actually proclaims. That's when we get into that self-soothing era. Like, I'm just trying to fill a void, but bruh, what I've learned in these past few months that I've experienced, bruh, it's not gonna go away. The void will never go away. There's always a God-sized hole in your heart, and if you try to fill it with women or drugs or partying or status or money or whatever your vice is, bro, you're gonna be on a chronic search, and you will finally find it when you die, and you'll be like, bro, I wasted my entire life searching something that was arbitrary, searching for something that, like, I was chasing a ghost. It looked like it was something, but it really wasn't. It was a silhouette of what actually could be available if we just submit ourselves to God. So yeah, that's it. Why you think it's so difficult though to just submit? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible tells us what we gotta do and what we don't gotta do, but why do you think it's so hard to just run away from everything that looks so temporary?
I think it's hard. I think the real reason it's hard is because the lack of belief we have that what Jesus has is better. I actually saw a video about somebody saying that we just don't really believe that his way is better, or like what he has for us is better. And it's if we did believe, then we would choose to do things His way. But the fact that we don't believe, we like look for those pseudo fillers, like trying to fill God-sized holes with world-sized things that are so small and minuscule. Like, for example, like the love of God. You know, what's another agape? You know, love that's unconditional. You know, we desire that as people, as humans, but like sometimes we find it in the wrong places, and we like misplace, you know, what we fill ourselves with like other people, you know, lust, you know. So it's like we don't really believe that God's love is better, so we choose lust. We don't really believe that God's wisdom is better or His humility is better, so we choose pride and we choose, you know, to do things our way. But when we can come to a point and tell God, like, okay, God, I truly just don't believe. Help me with my unbelief.
Just be 200.
200.
God already know what's in your heart, bro.
You do.
Like, it ain't a surprise. Like when you really come to God, one thing I'm learning about prayer, it's not for God, it's for you.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah, just being honest with God and coming clean. Like, lay it down. Cast your cares on Him, for He cares for you. Like, there's a lot of times, like, you feel like you, like, bullying God, telling God, I'm not gonna lie, God, I don't trust you. You think that's gonna hurt His feelings? Like, you're not worried about you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not like that, but it's like, yo, whatever you say to God, it's not really gonna affect who He is. It's gonna change your perspective on how you see Him.
Yeah.
Like, if you come to a spot where you know that you can be authentic with God, y'all can build that trust that's okay. Like, I ain't necessarily scared to come to God as a father to say that to God. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, whatever you're doing right now, I just don't rock with it. Like this plan that you say that you got, like, it's not planning. It's not planning. And just come to God, like, look, God, I'm confused. Like, I'm lost. Like, and I'm trying to do things the wrong way. It's not working. Like, how do you redirect me? And I'm just been thinking about the prodigal son and just the story of ultimate forgiveness. Like, the part that really gets me about that story is that when the father's son saw his son from afar, the father ran to his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when we have that sudden moment, that sudden epiphany that we would just want to pivot, like, okay, let me turn back to God. God's waiting exactly where you guys left off. And he'll run to you, like, as soon as, like, James chapter 4, verse 8, draw near to God and He will draw near to you. Like, but it has to be mutual. Like, have you ever been in a relationship where it feels like you're texting shorty and she giving you one-word responses and, like, you know, you good morning, good night, you calling, you texting, but it's like she's just responding.
No.
Oh, my fault.
Whoa!
Sorry, hey! Bye-bye. You're not serious.
Go ahead.
Well, it's just like, yo, relationships like that, like, nobody wants to be in a relationship like that when it's just so one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? God's not going to force you to do nothing. Ever. Like, God, one thing God cannot do is force you to do anything. It's because it goes contradictory.
That's not love.
Yeah, to what He says. Human will is a gift that He has given us. So for God to force you to do something goes against what He says, which makes Him a liar, which He's not. So He can't do it. He can't force you to speak. He can't force you. He will nudge you. He will show you the consequences of not doing what He asked you to do. But at the end of the day, you're a human being. You make your own decisions. So it's like, God's not going to force Himself on you because that's aggressive. That's overpowering. That's not who He is. He's gentle. He's soft. And He's quiet. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a peaceful God. He's not going to, you know, all the things that worry you, that make you anxious, that prompt you to make hasty decisions, that's not God. That's the devil trying to rush you into foolishness. Like, God wants to counsel you towards making prudent decisions, making calculated decisions, making loving decisions. Everything that God wants you to do ultimately leads back to who He is and who He wants you to be. So, yeah, if you just be honest with God, tell God, like, God, I'm in a space right now where I don't really trust you. Like it's not, it's my life, you know what I'm saying?
That's step one.
Yeah, that's step one. Just being honest. you know what I'm saying? Like, and just having that moment of honesty with God, like, look, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, all the things that the Bible's saying, like, I'm not seeing that in my life. But then you have to do some introspection, like I said, and why? Like, why aren't you seeing the promises that God has for you in your life? And that goes to later in James where it says, not just be hearers of the word, but doers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't see what they want to see or experience what they want to experience in the Bible because they're simply not doing what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I thought you were about to say something. The way you just inhaled like you was about to make a comment.
Nah, cause like when you think about it,
Oh, you just set me up like that. Nah, go ahead, my phone.
nah, when you think about it, like we run away from God because we fail our flesh so much that it's to a point where it's like we can't leave it behind. And when it comes to submitting to God, our spirit isn't filled. Like
It's weak.
you know, it's weak. So it's like, what are we gonna go to? We're gonna go to the flesh because that's what we've been building up. We're not building anything up. Like we look at the Bible, but we're not doing what it says. So it's like we're not feeling that at all. So that's why it's just like it's so hard to even submit to God. Like, but there's gonna be a point where it's like you have to be real with yourself, and then you're not gonna want to go back. Can't go back.
Can't go
back. So it's
Go
like
back.
it's just crazy as you said that because it's like, bro, like now y'all really see it though. Like you're not submitting because you're not doing what the Bible says. You're not doing what it's telling you to do. Like follow what it says.
Yeah, I feel like humans don't even understand humans. Like human beings are naturally habitual, you know what I'm saying, habitual creatures. They just do what they always know how to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you build a life on something that you've always done, it's simple. You're always gonna do it because that's what you always do.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, when you get anxious, bro, I need a J. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get anxious, your mind will tell you, go smoke a J. You know what I'm saying? Every time you're anxious or you're stressed at work, you come home, bro, I need a drink, bro. You come home and get a drink, come home and get a drink, come home and get a drink. Next time you're anxious, you're at work, you're like, dang, I need a drink. And you're always gonna go back to what you always go back to. It's a very simple
Every
equation.
time you're lonely,
You know what I'm saying?
call up shorty.
Just habit, yeah. Dang, I'm going through. Let me call my shorty, bro. See what she got to say about this. You're gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? Like every single time. So I feel like understanding yourself and understanding who you really are. Like you're a human being. Like you're gonna do stuff in a way of a human. But if you switch, you know, your perception from being carnal to the spiritual being that you authentically are, every time you're anxious, be anxious for nothing, but in every situation with prayer and thanksgiving with supplication, make your request known to God. And the peace that surpasses understanding will guard your heart and mind. And it's like, okay, every time I'm anxious, I don't have to go to Hennessy. I can go to James. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Every time I'm going through something, I don't got to go to a J. I can go to JESUS. It's like, no, but literally though, like
That was so corny.
like I was trying to find it, but
It was good though.
I tried,
It
but
was
it's like,
good.
look, like every time, like you know what I'm saying, something be going on in your life, like bro, like you're gonna go back to what you always go back to. It's simple as that. If you always call your homegirl like, girl, like, guess what X, Y, and Z said, just go to God. God, today X, Y, and Z said yada 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 yada, and I felt yada yada yada. Because the decisions that you make is based off of the decision that, you know, you make. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't like talking like that because it's like, but like what your response is going to be based off of your decision.
And
Like,
it changes as
you know what I'm
change
saying?
it.
Like, bruh, homegirl changes every time. What if homegirl had a bad day? She's telling you, one day she's telling you, oh, go tell buddy that, you know what I'm saying, you're sorry, just apologize. Next day, homegirl telling you go purple on bruh. It's
Screw him,
consistent.
man.
Like,
Yeah,
it's inconsistent, bro. So you're going to be doing things that, you know, roller coaster of emotions. You know what I'm saying? But God's consistent. God's word says, love is patient, love is kind. Love does not keep record of wrongdoing. Love does not boast.
Love is not envy.
In all situations, God will tell you to love, no matter.
Yeah. Even
You know
when
what
I
I'm saying?
started doing that, so I actually started going to God a lot more frequently recently. And at first it felt like odd that I'm telling God things that he already knows, like in my life and what I'm experiencing. I even used to journal it. I used to journal like a lot, like very frequently. But I realized that I was replacing personal time and speaking and reading for journaling, and I was making it seem like okay, that was enough. The whole time it was very, very insufficient. Like God wants to hear you speak. Like He wants to hear you confess things. And like He be quoting scripture. He don't just read it one time and remember it. No, it's consistent time in the Bible. Who knows how many times he read James? Can you? How many times have you read James? Too many to count. You gotta continuously go back to the well that never runs dry. Like he's saying, running back to your homegirl is inconsistent, but God is very consistent. So like, it's gonna feel weird at first. Like it's gonna feel unnatural, uncomfortable, but bro, it's worth it. It's so worth it. Like the relationship that you can build with God, that He so desires from you, is so worth it. And to just show you like the things that you're dealing with, like the things that you're choosing over Him, it'll make you think like, bro, I should have chose this sooner, you know. And it's a process. Like it's not just point A to point B instantly. Like God's gonna work on you. He's gonna work in you. He's gonna change you. Like you'll be given scenarios. You'll be given more scenarios that you've encountered in the past. Like God, I just prayed about this. Why am I getting this again? Why am I experiencing this again? He's trying to prune you. He's trying to see if you're going to react the same way you was reacting in 2023 as in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get them things back to back. And that's just a part of the process of, like, how God is trying to change you. I saw this one analogy. Well, I think I heard it somewhere. Something about, like, a child, like, reaching up to grab something. Like, when it's young, it can beg and beg and beg all it likes to, like, reach on the counter and get what it wants to get. But until it matures and grows, it won't be able to reach that level of the counter to get whatever it wants to get. And that's kind of like how God works in us. Like we have to grow and mature in order to get to where we want to get to or become who He wants us to become. And it's just not gonna happen like overnight, you know. But see, my brain just stopped.
And that's the problem. Like you have to ask yourself, how can you grow? And it's like you want yourself to grow, but you're not reading His word. Like it doesn't make any sense. And me, like I have so many problems with reading the Bible. Like, bro, like I don't like reading it. No, I'm not saying like.
Who are you offending?
I'm not even trying to offend God any type of way.
Who are you offending?
But like, you ever just look at the Bible and just be like, bro.
Ew.
I'm like me, bro. Like I remember, like I was fresh. I was just fresh, like in Christianity, and just reading the Bible was like a hard thing.
You listen to it. You can listen to it, bro. Audiobook.
But even listening to it, like me, like that's the thing. Like, if it's an audio, I promise you I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm the type of person that like I have to look at the word and process it through my head. Like if you're talking, I can ignore you just like that, bro. Like my attention span is not there. But even now, today, like me, I've been on the same chapter for like a week now, bro. And it's like, and the
What
reason,
chapter?
2 Peter.
Okay.
I'm on 2 Peter right now. Chapter 1 to like 20 or something like that. It's long, but
Shit,
I've been on 2 Peter. I've been on 2 Peter, and I've just been reading it over and over and over again. And it's basically because
2 Peter did not have a chapter 20.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
no, I said 1 to 20, like 1 to like verse.
Oh,
like
verse 20.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sure. Relax.
Alright.
Relax.
Apostle.
But yeah, but like I just been reading it. Like I just been reading it, trying to process everything, and that's my way of, seeing what God has for me. Like I have to read it over and over again, and it's like my willingness to do it though. Like the more that I read it, the more that I understand it. It's like every day, like I'm picking times out the day to just read the Bible, just because, like it's because I want to be better, and it's like I'm not about to keep going back to them temporary pleasures over and over again, because them pleasures create habits. And a lot of my friends, I'm pointing to a lot of y'all just be doing the same thing over and over again, and y'all be upset like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Like, you know why it's happening to you, so just stop. Like, what are you drinking for? Temporary pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff is just physical pleasure. Like, and it's like it's like y'all know it, but you don't want to stop because you're too addicted to it. And it's like, if you're addicted to it, it's a problem.
I think the thing is they know what it's gonna feel like. You know what I'm saying? They anticipate what the feeling is like, so so they get to a spot where it's like, okay, I know what the end goal is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like your favorite food. Like, let's say Cane's is my favorite food. It's not, but let's say hypothetically it is. Every time I'm hungry and I crave Cane's, I can already taste Cane's in my mouth before I go there. You know what I'm saying? And so once I get Cane's, it's like a satisfaction that just runs through my body. It's like, oh, that's exactly what I needed, bro. That's the same thing with X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? It first comes as a thought, and then it's a craving, and then it's an action. All actions derive from thoughts. Like, you don't do anything without thinking about it. Even though some people, they look like they do things without thinking, that they thought about what they did before they did it. They didn't necessarily think it through, but there was an inception. There was a beginning thought. It was an idea. Every action starts from an idea. The way I'm talking right now, my brain is having ideas of the words that I want to say, and they're going through my mouth. If I want some water, I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna get up and go drink water. You know what I'm saying? In the same way, like everything that we do that counteracts what God wants to do, it starts as a thought. So it's really a mind battle that you have to win. Like, self-control isn't just stopping yourself from doing something. It's the discipline of forcing yourself to do something. You know what I'm saying? The discipline of forcing yourself to have that mental fortitude. Like, a lot of times, bro, I'll have thoughts and I'll have to end those thoughts like right there. Like, because I know that if I keep marinating in those thoughts, it's gonna become action. And then action eventually becomes regret. Like, dang, like, you ever bro, I'm sorry. You ever be in a situation like, bro, how did I get here, fool? Like, sorry.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Yo, bro, how did I get here,
How did
bro?
I get here?
But like, you really gotta do some reverse engineering from where you're at to, you feel me, where you drove to to where you came from.
What you accepted, what you compromised.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these thoughts come with compromisation. Like, I really shouldn't, but dang, like, I kind of want some Cane's right now. You feel me? Like, it's a thought, bro. And real discipline comes with the diligence to make the decision to cut that thought off when it's a thought. You can't really control. I heard this analogy before. I hope I say it right. You can't control. Dang, I lost it. But it's most of.
I was trying to help.
That was nothing. But it's just like, you can't control the thoughts that come in your head. You can
pop up back in his head. I already know it.
You can't control. There was an analogy. It was gonna sound sweet, but I just couldn't find it. You can't control the thoughts that come in your head. You can only control the thoughts that stay in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
2 Corinthians 10:5. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing God. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Christ. You can capture our own thoughts. You can't control what comes to your head, but you can control what stays, right? Yeah, bro.
But thinking about this just like pisses me off.
Why?
Because it just brings me to like a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, the summer, the whole past, bro.
Yesterday, right?
Like, yes, nah.
That's how I catch him like it.
I'm cool right now, and I'm stopping. Locked in, thank God. But like, I remember I was on the phone with you one time, and you telling me like, bro, like, you can't keep making these same mistakes. And it's like, yes, you can give yourself grace, bro, but like, you stop making the same mistakes over and over again. You're not helping yourself. You're just holding yourself back. All these pleasures, you need to quit it. You know this is a pleasure. You know this is just something that's temporary. Why are you still doing it? Lock in, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like pastors. I like preachers that be so blunt with what they're saying. Like, what is that church? 2819.
Oh yeah, Philip Mitchell.
That guy is so blunt. Like, bro, like, y'all need to watch him. Like, it's just certain things. Like, bro, like, stop making the same mistakes. Like, there's only so much God can do for you if you keep doing things that is holding him. Like, you're holding your blessings. You're holding everything. Like, you need to stop it. All these pleasures need to be freed. I don't know what's wrong with you, but stop being weak. Like, me, like I used to just look at myself and feel so vulnerable, like, bro, I'm weak, I can't do this, I can't do that. Like, nah, bro, that's the devil talking. Like, wake up. Like, you can't keep making that same mistake over and over and over again. It's not gonna help you.
Yeah,
It's just gonna put you down. Straight cycles.
It's a
Like,
cycle. My pastor actually told me. He actually Doom was talking about the lessons, like what he's been going on, like the studies we've been doing. Basically, it's called SOS, Save Our Souls. And the third to last one, because he did 4. The third to last one was called, I forgot what it was called, but the main message was stop messing around. And at the end of service, God is so intentional. God is so intentional. Let me tell you. So I'm about to leave, right? I'm with my friend. I brought my friend to church. I'm about to go dap up Pastor. Give me some dap, bro. This is what I say. All right, Pastor, I'm out. He says, wait. I got to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. What's up? Like, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. He said, don't fight me about what I'm about to tell you. I'm like, Pastor, if anything, like, you can tell me anything and I won't fight you. I accept everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? He tells me, all right, perfect. I need you to stop messing around.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, Pastor.
I just thought of it.
Pastor B, please. He said, I need you to stop messing around. And can you people just relax?
Nah, I just thought it was an analogy.
I thought it was something. But
Oh,
stop messing around, bro.
yeah, stop messing around. It's really a choice. Like, he said, it would be a shame if you are leading all these people to Christ and showing people the way, and God is doing something very mighty, and you won't be able to obtain what that is because you keep messing around. Like, I don't know about y'all, but the thought of being left behind is so wild. The thought of missing out, like, imagine, oh my gosh, all my life, bro, elementary school, all my classmates is going on a field trip, Camp Schmidt. If you in the DMV, you know about Camp Schmidt. I was the only one in my class not able to go.
He's bad.
Because I was a bad kid. They said my parents had to come. African parents are not going on no field trip with you. They going to work. So my parents was like, no, we're not coming. And I couldn't go. I stayed. I ate pizza at in my teacher's classroom by myself. Everybody else is on a field trip.
Like a 3-day trip?
Yes. Yes. And it's just like, it's the same thing. Like, imagine everyone else is enjoying, but you are stuck in the classroom because you were messing around so much.
You gotta keep learning and keep writing it on the board so you figure it out.
Writing it on the board, like, you gotta learn eventually. Like, you have to make a choice. Like Shani was saying.
Stop messing around.
I will stop messing around.
I will stop
100 times, like detention. But if that's what you have to do for yourself to make yourself like lock in, that's what it's got to be. Right now, we can't go back. Like, we in a phase where we're just trying to go like this. No more down and up, down. Nah, we trying to go like this. So it's like,
I'm not going back. Sorry, can't go back.
Follow us on our journey to becoming.
Can't go back.
But it's like, you really got to make a choice. You really have to make it. Like, I see so many of my friends being saved, bro, and turning their life around. Like, they're literally choosing Jesus. And it's just one of the most beautiful things to me. It's like, dang, that I see how you're changing these people. It's my turn, bro. It's my turn. It's my turn.
Coming soon.
It's our turn.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I've made my choice. Like, I cannot go back. Like, I want to live in the fullness of what God has for me.
Like, why still feel that same way, bro? Like, there's no, like,
yeah,
it's no brainer at this point.
Like going through the cycle many times. Like, aren't you just tired? And that's what I had to ask myself. Like, aren't you just tired of repeating the same cycles over and over again? Like, are you not tired? Are you not bored even? Like,
grow up. Like,
grow up. Dang, bro.
Grow up. Like,
Nah, you
crying. No, bro. And that's the problem. Look, I'm pointing the camera again because I'm attacking a lot of y'all, bro.
Hell!
Like,
Nigga, stop.
Like, what's up, bro? Like, a lot of y'all are so childish, bro. So childish. And it's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, you know what you're doing is wrong. Why are you still doing it? Like, I'm just not grasping. I'm not grasping anything like right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, I don't want to be that type of friend. Be like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, give yourself grace. Nah, bro. Like,
No more.
I'm not doing that anymore. Like, even with myself, like, bro, like, make your choice. You're either gonna be on this side of it forever, or you can come to the, the side with the sunflowers and the daisies
Sunflowers
and the lilies, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
You can't control where a bird flies. You can't control where a bird flies, but you can control where it lays its nest. That's what it is.
and wait, don't birds they be flying away from the cold, right? Am I tripping? What is it? Migration.
Migration?
Like, why are you still like, oh, come on, bro, lock in. Like, it don't make no sense.
Okay.
So we connect us back with that.
Yo, please. Oh, the nest?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't control where a bird flies, but you can control where it lays its nest. Like, this goes back to the thoughts. Like, you can't control the arrows that pierce your mind, especially with, like, pop culture, all the stuff like Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, I took a 2-month or 1-month Instagram hiatus.
You back now?
Proud of you, bro.
And we back up here, bro.
I didn't even know. I used to be asking like, bro, why you not checking
not
Bro,
posting.
every day I would
Oh,
ask him,
good.
hey, did you see what I sent you on Instagram?
Bro, I'm off Instagram, bro.
Yeah, I'm off Instagram. My fault, bro. I forgot.
It's needed though.
Hey, bro, can you check this on Instagram?
Nah,
Bro,
I'm
off.
off Instagram.
I'm sorry.
Like, I had to, bro, and then now I'm back on it. I didn't miss anything. Like,
Didn't.
it's just like I had to just cleanse myself of those just flashes. Like, everything is just calling for your attention, bro. And those are the birds flying. Those are the thoughts piercing. Those are the visuals that are being exposed to you daily. And you can't control Instagram. Good luck, because you'll fail. Like, explore page, what people post. Like, you don't dictate that. That isn't your jurisdiction. But what you can dictate is your intake. You can turn your phone off. You can, put a screen time limit on it. You know what I'm saying? And, you can do all the things that you can to protect yourself from being exposed. You can't control where the bird flies, but you can control where it lays its nest. Like, a bird doesn't have to sit and lay nest and be hatching eggs and make multiple birds in your mind. And the only reason it has the ability to do that because you let the bird do that. Yeah. Like, imagine you have a home and you see just piles of branches developing. Bro, you get a broomstick and just, bro, why is a bird trying to, on my porch? But you don't control where the bird can fly across your porch, all across your driveway. Like, oh, cool, look, a bird. It's going to go away. After a while, it's going to fly away. Like, if you even come remotely close to any type of bird, they will leave you alone. In fact, they will leave themselves alone and go away from you. You know what I'm saying? But if you just let the bird stay, you're just watching the bird, they will do whatever they want. And then they'll eventually create a nest. And then that nest eventually gets filled with eggs. And those eggs become more birds. Like, you just letting those thoughts marinate, letting those actions just, like, it ain't that serious, bro. Like, it was just a text.
Compromise, man.
Like, stop compromising.
Those nests can stay and I can live in my house.
I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a victim of that too. I be compromising sometimes because I felt like I lost sight of my standards. Like, I feel like, bro, one thing about principles, bro. Principles, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, that's what integrity is. And I had a friend that was really teaching me the authentic meaning of integrity. Integrity is not just doing what you feel like doing when you feel like doing it. It's something that doesn't change. That's why the Bible is so concrete. Like, it doesn't change based off if you're Ahmad or Sadat God because of something he didn't do for you. Like, bro, love your neighbor as yourself. That's blank. Like, flee from all types of sexual immorality. That's blank. You know what I'm saying? Submit yourself under the mighty hand of God. That's blank. Like, it's not when you want to. It's not when it's convenient for you. And I feel like that's the hard part, that people aren't necessarily willing to do the hard part. And nothing's going to come easy in this life. If you want an easy life, you will get easy life results. Like, you want to live an easy life, bro, like, you will see the result of just succumbing to anything, like a leaf just in the wind. Just, all right, I'm going to go to church if my friends go, or if I have an outfit, or...
Ooh, that's the worst one. I know somebody like that. I said, bro, come to church with me.
I don't got no
I don't
fit.
have no clothes. But you have clothes for Saturday night.
We have clothes for Saturday nights at where?
Coyote's rooftop. It's the truth.
Yeah, bro.
Truth, bro.
So it's like, bro, just find some kind of consistency. And it's not going to be, you're not going to have a Paul to Saul moment. Or Saul to Paul moment, excuse me. You're not going to have an epiphany, and like, God's not going to come down and say, thus saith the Lord. Like it's gonna have to be all right. Maybe just 30 seconds a day while I'm showering. Let me just pray to God. And those 30 seconds a day, you find yourself showering for 15 minutes. And then when you get out the shower, you find yourself tired and God before you go to sleep. Now it's every day. You're always like, okay. And when you don't do it, it feels like you're missing something.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you get to that space, like that's when God will reveal himself to you because he can trust you with that consistency. God's not going to give you a lot of stuff that you can't even handle. Like, it's like asking a kindergartner to solve an algebra problem. The kid's going to look there like, yo,
what is this?
What is this? Like, somebody help me. Like, yo, like, you're actually insulting the child because you think the child can do something that they obviously cannot do. You know what I'm saying? Chewing meat as a baby. Baby doesn't even have teeth. And you're asking the baby to chew a steak. Asking the baby, oh, medium rare, medium well.
Filet mignon.
And then they're looking at you like, what is medium well? They don't even understand what medium well means because they don't even have teeth. They're used to breast milk, needle. Like,
breast milk.
Like, it doesn't make sense for God to, oh, God, I want yada, yada, yada. Oh, I want a God-fearing man. Oh, I want a God-fearing woman. Please, yourself first, be God-fearing. And everybody else would just, you know what I'm saying? Everything else would just fall around, like, in a full circle, bro. Like, so I feel like it comes with just self-discipline, consistency, and the willingness. That's
and making a choice.
Yeah, no, making a decision.
Sorry.
The difference between choice and decision.
You don't have
Decision,
a choice.
yeah, decisions eradicate all choices because, sorry. The stem D and the stem side means to cut. Like exercise means to cut all the external fat. That's why it's called exercise. So decisions cuts away all other choices. So when you make a decision, like it's not even an option. Like plan B is not an option. It's just plan A all the way through. But when you make choices, that's why you have multiple choice answer, multiple choice test, A, B, C, D. And some days I feel like picking A. Some days I read my Bible. Some days I will pray. Some days I want to go to the rooftop. I'm not going to church. I don't have an outfit. I'm not praying. I'm tired. Like that's making a choice. But when you make a decision, like there's only A. There's only, I need to get my life together and follow God. Like, that's the only thing. And that's, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. Read the Bible. Nobody in the Bible has ever been perfect except Jesus. And that's the only reason that he is the true example. Because if we said Moses' example, oh, Moses killed somebody, so should we all be killers? No, the Bible shows us that through imperfection, God created perfection. So God's not asking you to, you feel me, get your life in order. I'm going to get right, then I'm going to lock in with God. Like, bro, that's not even a reality. Like, that's not even possible. Nobody can fully lock in and then get right. No such thing as fully locking in because you're human. Like, you're susceptible to sin every day. Like, even thinking about Canes, like, that's a sin.
This guy said Canes. I'm not thinking about Canes.
Like,
I'm thinking about being laid up with somebody's daughter. That's real. Let's be real.
Like, you feel me?
I'm thinking about going out. I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Doing all the things, you know what I'm saying?
Thinking about what you want to do, like, that's already a sin. So, like, you're cooked. When, all right, you want to start over, all right, man, let me get right for real.
Canes.
Let me lock in. Canes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're cooked, so don't.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to lock in first, then, all right, bro, like, I'm going to get right with God when I'll figure everything out. Like, yeah, good luck.
No, it's not going to work.
I do that a lot, bro. Don't do it.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, so, like, just having, like.
Just one more time. Nah.
Yeah, bro, so just have a heart of David. That's why God loved David so much, because despite his iniquity and despite what he did wrong, David did a lot of things wrong, bro. A lot of things wrong, bro.
You're gonna
read the Bible. Like David was a murderer. David was an adulterer. David was a lot of things, but what he definitely was a seeker of the face of God every single time. Like, he's not just telling God about the good stuff. God, I read my Bible today. Like, God looking at you, congratulations. But what about that girl you just slept with yesterday? Like, we're just gonna not talk about that, or we're just gonna like act like that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, but I read my Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, I feel like people think like they can hide things from God. Like, you understand that God is omniscient. Like, he sees everything, knows everything, understands everything all at the same time. So whatever you're trying to hide, put stuff under the rug, is like, good luck, bro. Like, so just having the willingness. I feel like the intentionality is the part that people really struggle with, because nobody. People want guarantees in this life. By people, I mean me. Like, I'm not gonna do something if I feel like there's no substantiability or purpose behind it. Like, once you really just ask God, like the simple prayer, God, reveal your purpose for me towards my life. Reveal your purpose.
I think you said it right the first time.
Did I? Just ask God a simple prayer. Reveal yourself to me. Just say that. God, reveal yourself to me in a way that you see fit. And he'll do it. And he knows how you think too. Because my thing is dreams. My thing is visions and etc. Like, I can't even go into that. Like, I be seeing stuff. So it's like, that's how God speaks to me in my own. That's my niche. Like, I don't know what Shani's niche is. I don't know what Daniel's niche is. That comes relationship. Like, there's certain things that I know about my dad. And my dad knows about me that they don't necessarily know. Not that I'm not close with them, but we just have our own personal relationship. And I'm saying these are my guys. Like, there's some things I know about both of them that nobody necessarily knows, but it's just some things that me and my dad, like, we've just been together so long. Like, he just seen me grow. He's seen me develop. He's seen me cry. He's seen me be happy. Like, it's just those experiences of life that he knows that he can put together and say that, okay, that's my son. And this is what my son likes. This is what my son dislikes. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you just spend time with God and you just be authentic, bro, like, you don't gotta hide nothing from God because, first of all, he already knows. Second of all, you're deceiving yourself. Like, you're not getting no progress trying to keep things under the rug from God. Like, bro, like, take a step backwards. Like, just try to take a step forward and be honest. Be transparent with yourself because it's not God you're lying to. You're lying to yourself because God already knows. So who are you really lying to? You know what I'm saying? Just being authentic with yourself, knowing that you're in a space where you need a change, and God will help you because God loves you.
And that's the thing, like,
excuse me.
And that's the thing, like, like, this is why prayer is so important. Like, me, there was so many, there's been countless days where I don't pray, but just realizing praying is that conversation between you and God alone. Like, you don't have to lie about anything. You're just being real with yourself. You're just talking to God like, bro, this is what I did. I did this, I did that. I'm worried, like, and you just find yourself talking to God for like 10 or 15 minutes because it's just like, damn, like, well, I did all this. This is what I did, God, like. And it's so important because it's like, the more you do it, the more you kind of start to get answers. You start to get close with God. Like, praying does lead you closer to God. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's what I started really doing. Like my dad always tells me, your future is in your hands. And it was crazy because he's been telling me that since like I was a little kid and I never understood it till now. Like, I never fully grasped it. Like, your future is in your hands. You have to make that you have to make that decision. Like, nobody's gonna force you. My dad really just told you, like, he's basically telling me, like, you're grown up now. Like, that decision is on you. So whatever you do now is on you. Whatever that's about to happen later on is on you. And you have to decide if you're going to keep doing the same thing you was doing or you're going to man up, grow up, and move forward. If you want to stay where you at, stay where you at. But that's just how it is. Yeah.
Can't go back.
Can't go back.
Definitely.
Can't go back, bro.
But yeah, man. So after listening to this, make conscious decisions to really dissect what we're talking about. Yeah. And not just take what we're talking about, take it back to God. Because at the end of the day, we're human beings. And our words fall frail. But I believe that the Spirit of the Lord is speaking through us to prompt you to adjust. Make an adjustment. Make a pivot. Just do something different. Doesn't have to be, bruh, I gotta go to church every day. Them dudes on the Full Circle podcast, bro, they convicted me, bruh. Bruh, I'm trying to lock in. I'm not going to class no more. 24 hours a day, I'm reading my Bible. I got, bruh, just
Nobody said do
yeah,
all of that, bro. Like, we don't do it ourselves.
When 12 be, like, just calm down.
One step at a time, bro.
Yeah.
This guy is not you're about to be speaking your about like this.
First of all, I just want to publicly ashame him. That was Igbo.
What? You said Etobi.
Wetwobi.
Oh, I thought you were speaking Yoruba.
Even you're yourself, you're not Yoruba. What was I saying in Yoruba?
Oluwa Etobi. God, you're so big.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, bro. That's what it is, man.
I don't know if that's what it means.
No, good for you. No, good for you.
Etobi means you're big.
I
All right,
think so.
then, I'm in there like somewhere.
I know about tripping, but please don't bash us if it's wrong.
No, Bajda.
I'm pretty sure that's what it means, though. It's like, But yeah. Can you like give them like a quick little message? Like,
Why can't you do it?
No, give them like a message, like a serious message, like lock.
Why
in.
can't you do it? Look, that is my brother. This is why Sonny blow me because he talking about get serious.
Nah, cause like I want a real where it's like you. Yes.
Yo,
you.
this whole
Stop
video
doing
always
that.
talking about you. Ain't talking about that.
Like,
it's good. They straight.
They're not straight.
They straight.
I be seeing some of y'all like I don't want to call y'all out, but lock in,
Call them.
lock in,
Call yourself out.
I'm gonna call myself, hey, bro. If you know me, I'm not gonna lie. I am a living testimony. Me, I lived the life of sin. Look where I am at now. See what I'm saying? Like, it's just stuff like that that's gonna move you. Like, I did so many bad things.
He's wild,
So many
dude.
bad things. Like, when it comes to girls,
really not that
look.
really not that
When it
bad.
comes to girls, like, I promise you, like. I have a mind. I have a mind.
Sonny, please
No.
don't be
I have a
creative.
mind of my. No, I'm not bad. You think
To be
I'm
honest,
bad?
there's
Any man.
What?
What comes around
Goes around and comes back around.
Look, Shawty trying to cut it. Shawty trying to cut it.
It's true. What
Bro.
can I say? I was a bad guy.
Like that, bro. Look where we at, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
bro.
it's
But
so
God is
crazy,
doing
bro.
something. God is
It's
turning
crazy.
us around, bro. And that's one thing I'd be overexcited to see what my future look like, but I'm gonna just be where He has me right now, and do what I can with what I got right now. You know, God is working, bro. He's moving. You know, can't go back. That's what we've been saying. Can't go back. We ain't
Can't
been
go
saying
back.
that for no reason.
Can't go back.
If it was something we wanted to go back to, you feel we wouldn't be saying that. But you know, God is good. Urge you to make a decision, not a choice, and choose His way. Choose to stop messing around.
So are you gonna name the episode "Can't Go Back"?
Hey,
No.
that would be nice.
That would be sweet though. It's basically, you know, in type of okay, no.
I mean, we can. I mean, I was gonna.
It makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes more
It makes
sense.
sense.
I was gonna name it. So people who are watching the video, eventually the top. I was gonna name it. What if the devil doesn't even know who you are?
I mean, that's cool too though. You know?
Nah, it seems
Can't
like
go back, though.
y'all can't go back. So,
Bro, it's just it's a
Tired of going through pain. Sorry.
Why you brush so dirty,
Rolling
fool?
around your way.
Bro, you have no waves. Like,
Oh, here they go.
I don't got
cut. We're done.
Urban Keith run the world.